Imagine this. You finally buy that dream car you've been eyeing for years. The leather seats still have that fresh, rich scent. The engine hums like music. And as you drive through the city, people turn their heads. For a moment, you feel unstoppable. But here's the twist. Studies show that feeling doesn't last very long. The excitement fades, the car becomes just another vehicle, and soon you're looking for the next luxury item to bring back that spark. So it raises the question, does luxury actually make us happier, or are we just chasing temporary highs? Luxury has always been seen as the ultimate symbol of success. From ancient palaces filled with gold to today's private jets and exclusive watches, luxury represents more than just wealth. It's about status, comfort, and the feeling that you've made it. But beneath all the glitter and glamour lies a deeper question. Can buying luxury really bring happiness? Or is it just an illusion? That's what we're diving into today. We'll explore the psychology behind luxury, why humans are drawn to exclusivity, and whether owning these things truly changes our level of happiness, or if it's more about the story we tell ourselves when we have them. So sit back, relax, and let's step into the fascinating world of luxury. Not just the things you see, but the emotions and meanings behind them. The initial high, let's start with the obvious. Luxury feels good. When you unbox a brand new Rolex or walk into a 5-star hotel suite overlooking the ocean, your brain lights up. Psychologists call this the dopamine effect. That burst of pleasure when something feels new, rare, or rewarding. Think about the first time someone hands you a designer bag, or you slip into custom-tailored clothing. It feels different from an ordinary purchase. There's pride, there's a story, and for a while you feel elevated above your daily routine. But here's the catch. Our brains are wired to get used to things. That breathtaking watch on your wrist? After a few weeks, it feels normal. That luxury suite you once dreamed of? By the second or third time, it's just another stay. This process is called hedonic adaptation. The idea that humans quickly adjust to pleasure, meaning we're always chasing the next hit. Luxury as a story, not just a thing. But here's where it gets interesting. Luxury isn't always about the object itself. It's about the story it tells. When someone buys a Hermes Birkin bag, they aren't just buying leather stitched together. They're buying exclusivity, the idea that very few people in the world can have what they have. That's powerful. Luxury brands understand this psychology deeply. They don't just sell you a product, they sell you a feeling. A Rolex doesn't just tell time, it tells the world you value craftsmanship, heritage, and status. A Bentley isn't just a car, it's a moving symbol of prestige. So part of what makes luxury happier isn't the object, but the meaning attached to it. It's the way people look at you differently, the way you feel like you've stepped into another level of life. The social side of luxury also connects to our need for belonging and recognition. In ancient times, kings and emperors wore crowns and jewels not just for decoration, but to show power and control. Fast forward to today, and the same psychology applies. A limited edition sneaker drop or the designer jacket works as a modern crown. Luxury items tell others who you are, or at least who you want to be seen as. And here's the thing, that social recognition does bring happiness, but it's fragile. If luxury becomes only about impressing others, the happiness fades once the audience stops watching. For example, social media plays a huge role here. Posting your luxury lifestyle can bring likes, admiration, maybe even envy. But it also creates pressure. What happens when you can't keep up? Or when someone else posts something bigger, shinier, and more exclusive? Suddenly, the luxury that once brought pride feels like a competition. Experiences versus things now? Here's where luxury psychology gets really fascinating. Research shows that luxury experiences, like a private safari in Africa, a tasting menu at a Michelin-starred restaurant, or a stay in a secluded island villa, actually bring more lasting happiness than luxury objects. Why? Because experiences turn into stories we carry with us. That dinner you had overlooking the Eiffel Tower? It becomes a memory you can relive, share, and cherish. A handbag might sit in your closet, but an experience becomes part of your identity. Luxury, when tied to meaningful experiences, has a better chance of creating long-term happiness than when tied only to possessions. The balance of luxury. So does this mean buying luxury is pointless? Not at all. Luxury can absolutely enhance happiness, but only when it's balanced. If it's about chasing endless upgrades, the happiness is short-lived. But if it's about celebrating milestones, rewarding yourself, or creating moments that matter, luxury becomes much more powerful. Think of it like seasoning in a meal. Too much and it overwhelms, but in the right amount, it elevates the entire experience. Luxury as inspiration. There's another side to luxury that often goes unnoticed: inspiration. Even if most people will never own a $300,000 watch or a $50 million penthouse, simply seeing these things can spark something inside us. Luxury represents possibility. It's a glimpse into what's achievable, a reminder that the world has no shortage of beauty, creativity, or ambition. Think about it. When you see a beautifully designed yacht or a one-of-a-kind supercar, it's not just about wealth. It's about artistry, innovation, and human imagination at its peak. For many, that vision becomes fuel, a motivator to dream bigger, to work harder, or to create something extraordinary. Luxury doesn't just sit behind glass windows or in glossy magazines. It plants ideas. It whispers, if someone else could reach this level, maybe you can too. And in that sense, luxury becomes more than material. It becomes a symbol of growth, progress, in the life you aspire to build. The personal side of luxury. And finally, let's talk about the most important part: what luxury means to you. For some, it's about rare cars and jewelry. For others, it's about time, the luxury of freedom, peace, and control over your own schedule. In fact, some would argue that the ultimate luxury isn't something you can buy, but something you can't put a price on: health, relationships, and the freedom to live life on your terms. So maybe the real question isn't, does luxury make us happier? But rather, what kind of luxury are we really chasing? So does luxury make you happier? The answer is both yes and no. Luxury can create incredible moments, boost your confidence, and inspire you. But if you expect it to solve every problem or bring lasting happiness, you'll be disappointed. True happiness comes from meaning, purpose, and connection. Luxury can enhance those things, but it can't replace them. At the end of the day, luxury is less about the objects we collect and more about how those objects fit into the story of our lives. So maybe the real luxury isn't just owning more. It's choosing the kind of luxury that brings you joy, balance, and memories worth keeping. Because in the end, the finest luxury is not what's on your wrist or parked in your driveway. It's how you feel when the spotlight fades and only you are left with the life you've created.